Grognard, Sam here. I'm coming to you from the studio, and I'm super excited about today's video. This is something that has been kind of a passion project of mine from the get-go at Grognard Games, and I'm very, very proud and excited that we can offer you this. We are the exclusive US-based retailer for Rogue Hobbies Rascaltown miniatures. And it's something that I just thought, wow, wouldn't it be really cool if we could put these on the shelf? And I sent an email, and I got a response, and here we are almost 6 months later. It is 6 months, 6 months or so, maybe more later, and we have the full line of Rascaltown on sale at our Grognard Games Roselle location, and of course you can also purchase those via our website, grognardgames.com. Shipping is free on orders over $100, so if you are interested in Rascaltown and you want to order, but with certain things being a little uncertain right now and shipping prices being what they are, you can order them directly from us if you're in the lower 48 in the United States, and we will ship them right to your door. Or if you're in the Chicagoland area, come into Grognard Games Roselle and pick them up in person. We do indeed have the full line on sale, including all the scenery pieces, and something that, as I'm recording this, I'm not 100% sure if even Rogue Hobbies has in stock right now because they sold out of the initial wave. Although they probably, will have it shortly because they make these things themselves. But I want to give a huge shout out to Tom from Rogue Hobbies, who has been so lovely from the get-go to deal with and to communicate with and work on all of this with, and making sure that, we're getting everything in the store, and just a really wonderful human. And I've enjoyed the opportunity to get to exchange emails with him and get to meet him at Adepticon, along with, of course, Louise, who is the whirling dervish behind it all. And most of you will probably know Louise from Rogue Hobbies. Her channel is fantastic. I love her videos. I'm such a huge fan, and I've been a fan since before she even left Games Workshop, because her masterclass on Warhammer Plus was one of my favorite videos to look out for. And even before that, like the stuff that she did just on YouTube with GW was a part of my education as a painter, along with Duncan and Peachy. And of course, speaking of Peachy, Jugs, which is the podcast that she does with Rob and Peachy, is just amazing, and I love it. And the whole Rogue Hobbies crew is awesome and amazing, and you should support them however you can. And one of the ways you can do that is by buying Rascaltown minis, which you can do at Grognard Games. Did I tell you that? Grognardgames.com for those of you that aren't in the Chicagoland area. But today I'm very excited because I get to show off the new mini. Let's head on over and do the thing. Now look at this gorgeous Grognard Games playmat. Of course, this is done by the fine folks over at Jank Mats. We carry a lot of Jank Mats in our both locations, Batavia and Roselle. You can purchase this mat at either one of those locations. It is fantastic. Of course, we also have our Grognard branded dice. These are the old ones. I need to get the new ones down here. I keep saying that. I'm going to, I promise. Let's do a little roll off here. What do we got? It's an 8, so you didn't necessarily get to see this amazing, beautiful Grognard shield right there on the die. But let's get into this, the main event, if you will. This is the Rascaltown RH006 Highland Goblin with mounted option. That's right, I went for the mounted option. This is actually my personal copy. I actually own all of the Rascaltown minis. They are in various states of build and prime and paint right now, but one of these days I'll get them and show them off. Here we go, we got the green stuff, the green grass here, and of course the bespoke box is beautiful. There's a little welcome to Rascaltown right here with a name your goblin as well, so you can it reminds me, in this weird way of, like, Cabbage Patch Kids. You used to get the little birth certificate with them or whatever. This is kind of like your goblin birth certificate, if you will. Back we get excellent pictures here of a painted up Highland Goblin with a try using these colors or use your own, which is awesome. The freedom to make up your own, do your own thing. Of course, you can do those with the Rogue Hobbies Pro Acryl paint set, which is amazing. I highly recommend it. Pro Acryl is one of my favorite paint lines, probably my favorite paint line. I really like Too Thin Coats a lot too, but yeah. Anyway, I use a lot of different paints. I use so much stuff. It's hard for me to nail down a perfect one because I like Citadel a lot. I've been using Army Painter a lot too. Pro Acryl is one of my favorites, just right out of the bottle. But anyway, I digress. One of the things I love about the Rogue Hobby set is you add some white, you add some black, and all of a sudden, with the colors that are in that set, plus those two, and you can pretty much make any color on the planet, which I know was one of the things that Louise really wanted out of the paint set. She did a great video over on her channel, of course, about that when it came out. But I love the boxes, the bespoke boxes. These are all designed, you know, by Louise and printed off, and you know they put them together. And now let's get the fluff out of the way here. We got a big base right here. Oh, and look at this. Oh, we got the unmounted goblin feet here. So this is Mr. Goblin tail. We got some feet with a little bit of fur on them. And, you know, maybe a little kilt there. Turn it into something amazing. I love this. I think that the detail is fantastic and just, you know, high quality. They do such good work. I mean, that's the thing that's amazing, right? It would be probably so easy to just kind of say like, oh, here, we're just going to, you know, make a few of these and send them off and people can clean it up and do whatever with them or whatever. But there really is no cleaning required here, you know? I mean, there maybe, I can't see any on this one at all. There's no flash, there's nothing. I mean, it's just high quality work. It's lovely. And I'm really appreciative of the efforts that they go through because it means that I can just put this thing together and go. I don't have to do a lot of other work for it. Here is the top of our lovely little goblin. Little green hair. And again, just amazing work on the sculpt and the design. I think he looks so good. He's got a little nose, his nose ring. Yeah, I cannot speak highly enough about how wonderful this looks. The sword, the shield on the back. I mean, he is something else. Just lovely, you know, like it stepped right out of some sort of whimsical, odd, twisted fantasy book. The other thing that's amazing, of course, is you got these little holes for magnets. So you can magnetize this little fella. So you can switch him out from being the non-mounted version here. It is all built together. The other thing that's really nice about this is that the way that the joins are is that it really hides any possibility of there being any gaps, which there aren't any gaps anyway, because you can see right here where he is actually joined together. Again, you know, very, very nice secure join there. I think obviously you probably want to paint this thing in subassembly anyway. So just, you know, the fact that you can, of course, magnetize it is fantastic. And here's, of course, the mount. The ram just looking lovely as can be. Got the little earring there. I got the bell, and the little knocker inside the bell is actually sculpted, which I love. Hollow here on the bottom, but again, just lovely detail. Fantastic. This thing is going to take paint so well and give you the opportunity to just really pick out all of these wonderful details very, very easily, you know, whatever route you decide to go. Let's go ahead and throw our little Highland Goblin on the mount. And he, you know, he's actually pretty secure in there, even without magnets, just because of the way that he kind of like fits in. So you might not be able to shake him around a lot, but you can tip him over and he's not going to fall off, even without anything on him. But again, just looks so damn cool. I love this one. This might be my favorite Rascaltown mini, actually. And again, as somebody who owns them all, I'm such a fan of the work. I got into this hobby, you know, to build and paint. I'd been doing Gunpla for years and then decided, hey, maybe I'll try this Warhammer thing because I'd read a few Horus Heresy novels, and then started building and painting minis. And again, was learning by watching videos from like Duncan and Peachy and Louise and a few others out there like Morty and Glory, Sonic Sledgehammer. You know, they've all been influences on me and, you know, how I kind of approach painting. But these minis really take me back to that just idea of like, it's not about building something to play a game. It's not about, you know, gaming for me. It really is about the opportunity to have this form of creative expression and just make some art, which is how I feel about it. And I think that the canvas that Rascaltown provides is so perfect for that. Here's the smaller base for our non-mounted version, of course. Here, I'll throw this on the larger base there for you so you can see, obviously looking good, and you're gonna want to do some amazing stuff with that base, I guarantee it. And then I mentioned magnets earlier, and look at this, look at what they've done. That's right, the fine folks at Rogue Hobbies have provided us with the magnets right here, 3 magnets. So you've got one for the mount, one for the feet, the standing feet, and then one for the body. Super cool that they provided those. And then we got some little instructions in here. So you got the assembly instructions, which, you know, are pretty easy to figure out, suss out on your own, but still very nice that they've done this, and tells you, of course, that the 50 mil base is the right base for this, if you have any questions about that. And then 60 mil base, obviously, for the mount. Really nice assembly instructions because, you know, it's difficult. Assembly with magnets. This multi-part kit is supplied with a few magnets to allow you to build either option. Be careful to match the polarity when using super glue to affix the magnets. Happy hobbying. I love that. everything about it is done so nicely. The design elements. In fact, when I started working with them and I asked for like some assets in order to, properly post about this stuff and share things, they sent stuff over right away and basically, gave me this folder that had all of these, logos and backgrounds and wonderful stuff. And I just love that the care and the thought that's put into it. And it's just art. It's just art, and I love it. And I am such a fan, as you can probably tell. And this mini, I can't wait to get started on. I think it's going to be so much fun to paint this guy up and to have a little fun with it. There is, like, I know obviously most people listening, watching right now, might be coming from a gaming perspective. And there aren't necessarily like rules to go along with this yet. But there are, of course, probably many places that you could use these minis if you wanted to. Heck, even if you wanted to use them as some sort of statue in a Moonstone game, right? Like some sort of memorial to a goblin in Moonstone, I think something like that might be fun. But there are opportunities, obviously, to use these guys in all sorts of ways, including just building and painting and displaying and showing off, what you've created, which I think is a lovely, lovely thing to do. And I am just such a fan of this Highland Goblin. I think it's fantastic. Again, I think that, the whole crew, Louise and Tom, just do wonderful, wonderful work, and this is just another example of that, another stellar example. I can't wait to see what's next for them when it comes to Rascaltown. I cannot wait to get started on mine. And if you want to get started on yours, again, you can head over to grognardgames.com. If you are anywhere in the lower 48, the continental US, you can, of course, order $100 or more, gets you free shipping. And we have the entire line available right now, including all of the scenery packs as well. And if you're in the Chicagoland area, just come into Grognard Games and pick them up in person. But so exciting to be able to continue this partnership. Again, I've had such lovely experiences being able to meet Tom and Louise and Rob at Adepticon. Anyone who might have listened to my Adepticon video knows that I didn't meet Peachy in spite of having probably 5 different occasions where I was this close and it just didn't happen. I didn't want to interrupt a conversation he was already having. I didn't want to, bum rush him in the food line or anything like that. So I didn't get to meet Peachy, and it makes me sad, but that's okay. One day it will happen. But I had a lovely conversation with Tom and Rob, probably about 30 minutes outside the convention hall. It was really, really nice to get to talk with them. Of course, Louise was, in demand and moving all over the place like a whirling dervish, as I mentioned earlier. But we did get to say hi to her briefly, Larry, the operations manager at Grognard, and myself, which was really nice. Snap a few pictures. It was great to meet her, if only briefly. But this is, again, kind of a passion project of mine. I'm so thrilled that we can bring you Rascaltown minis in store. We're the only place in the U.S. that you can get them. And I think that, it's really been a wonderful partnership. And I'm so glad that we're able to provide those not only for you, but also, kind of provide that for Rogue Hobbies as well and give them an opportunity to, hopefully shift some more units, if you will, in the States. But that's really all I got for now. I just want to thank you all for listening, for watching. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you love most about Rogue Hobbies and Rascaltown. And of course, in the meantime, take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Stay safe out there. And always, always roll responsibly.